Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are here with another episode of Haikyuu, episode 15. God, an episode that almost didn't happen. Thank you, Windows, for that abrupt, forced Windows update that required required an hour just to install and delayed my recording. Thank you, Microsoft. But anyhow, we're here another episode of Haikyuu. On the last episode of Haikyuu, or at the very least where we're starting off now, the qualifiers have now begun, and we're going to be facing off, I believe, against the party team, Joe Shinji. A very interesting team. We got a brief introduction to them in the last episode with a few of the members trying to hit on Kyoko. Yeah, to no avail, unfortunately. But we also were able to visit some of the other schools. Hinata had his historic bathroom visits that always encounters some strong opponents. And maybe that's a thing where, the best right before the game always make a stop at the bathroom. But it was good to see. It was good for him to be amongst that group. Scared out of his mind, but there nonetheless. And all of them having a standoff, of course, declaring that they will be the ones to make it to nationals. So it's going to be very, very interesting. You'll also get a bit of Suki focus in the last episode as well. His interaction with his brother, who's now helping him to kind of come into his own a bit, and I'm happy to see that. Maybe something of foreshadowing as to him being able to stop Ushiwaka. He's been asking him the right questions about how to, after his conversation with Hinata, of course, about how to block opponents who are taller or stronger than he is. So it should be very interesting. But this is going to be an exciting match. I can't wait. So let's get into it. Serving first. That's to be expected. It's the third year's last game. That's what his brother was asking his mom about in the last episode. Should help. His brother is trying. Hopefully at some point he'll be able to forgive him. Can't get left behind, senpais. I mean, they were able to make it this far. I just wonder how good the school actually is. We're here. I take back what I said. They were semi-finalists, they must be good. But then again, I think they've mentioned in the last episode that their third years have left, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, I saw he's got the serve. Okay. Interesting. They're not very organized at all. I mean, I guess that's why they're called. Maybe that's why they're called a party school. Do they just wing it? Oh, interesting. Saw Nishi pull that before. Okay. That simplicity and fortitude. That sounds nothing like what they. That doesn't sound right. They're very unorthodox, it seems. It makes them unpredictable, which is good, but it also makes teamwork almost impossible. And they'll more than likely trip each other up. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. God. They don't take anything that seriously. Do they even want to go to nationals? Why are they here? Yeah, the third year is left. That was pretty straightforward though. I guess you don't know when they're gonna pull some weird stunt. Not that easy. Oh, nice. Nice one. Nishi! You got some pretty crazy guys on our team as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll make quick work of this team or anything, but I think they're gonna fall apart pretty quickly. In a game like this, you do need some semblance of structure and communication for it to actually be successful. Daichi. Here comes the quick. Nice. Is it still a super quick or is it just a quick at this point? Listen to your General Daichi. Yeah, I think they're all over the place. I don't think this is a good strategy for a team. Okay. How are you gonna coordinate just 2-on-2? It's every man for himself kind of thing. Yeah, they're bumping into each other. Who's their coach? I'm sorry, that's not a good strategy, or for practice or otherwise. I'm sure they're gonna pull another surprise here. Yeah. Back attack. Okay, so the setter can spike as well. They can flip it where necessary. That's good. That's interesting. Oh, they're certainly enjoying themselves. Alright, we're up 1 point. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna take this first set, I think. I doubt very much that this will go into the third set. Oh, that's one Kageyama. Oh. Damn. I mean, Hinata gets hit in the face quite a bit, but oh, okay, maybe it's not usually that bad. And they have to stop the bleeding if he wants to stay in the game. Yeah. I think they can manage without Kageyama here. I don't think this is a team that requires 3 sets to actually beat. They're too reckless. Oh, okay. Interesting. They're switching out Hinata as well. Aww. Gentle Giant Aone. He spoke? Wow, okay. Have you heard him speak before? I don't think so. Interesting. I mean, I figured he could speak, but just never heard him. Yeah, this comes back to my whole point before about Hinata needing to be able to battle on his own, so he's not so reliant on Kageyama. So if Kageyama gets taken out, he needs to be taken out as well. Alright? I do not know any of these new characters, or these characters that have been on the bench. Except maybe one, but that's not him. Alright, let's go. Okay. Are they gonna put him back in or? Okay. I was just waiting for him to say something because he had this blank look on his face. Alright, 2 more points. Come on, Suga. Set points. They're gonna try it. This is gonna go horribly wrong. I don't think this is something you can just try on the fly without practice. Yeah. Oh, first set is ours. Yeah, that was a huge risk to take for the set. If it's an individual sport, I can see something like that working, but for a team sport such as this, I think some structure needs to be there, otherwise it's just gonna mess up. I would not want to be the coach of this team. Yes, it is. Their banner, what it says doesn't fit what they actually do. Simplicity and fortitude. There's nothing simple about that. They're unpredictable. Yeah, exactly. So I guess this was more the third year's motto, you know? I mean, if he's just there to have fun, not to carry the team to nationals, I don't know. I think it's important to have fun, yes, but I still think in a team sport you can't get carried away like that and expect, you know, the results that you want. Sometimes boring is good. Another trick or a decoy? Yep. Oh. Wait, what? Thought it was a decoy. Alright, Daichi's there. But what just happened? What happened? Mr. Boring is here, okay? This is simple and fortitude. This is simplicity and fortitude, okay? Oh, right, yeah. He's not flashy, he does the basics, but he does them extremely well. Oh, they have the lead, okay, interesting. I was banking on us taking both sets. Oh. Alright. Daichi's leading them through it. Yeah. It's not often that we see Daichi feel that he needs to come in and take, you know, lead them, really. But they're getting a bit... They're losing a bit of focus here, so I guess it was necessary. Alright, we're caught up or we're just 1 point behind them now, I think. Blocked. Oh, darn. Oh, okay. They lost so many points on their own just now. Oh, flashback.
崩れたら多分まだ脆いからケツ叩いてやってよ。
私の言うことなんか聞かないと思うけど。
そんなことねえよ。
Scary.
気合とテンションで何とかしようとしすぎ。必ず楽しくない時間はやってくる。
Exact words. Okay. Not how I'd put it, but okay.
どうした？
すみません先生。でも自分たちの弱さ目の当たりにした時に言ってやんないと痛感しないと思うので今言わせてください。
She's doing a better job than the coach. So go on.
遊ぶにはまず遊び場が必要だって奥田家くんがよく言ってた。楽しくない時間を我慢して最後までちゃんと遊んでみなさいよ。
よくわかんないけど俺らのことも叱ってもらえませんか。
Spank us, please.
尻も叩きません。
ひよこさんのお口から尻いただきます。2セット目半ばにして。
All right.
第2ラウンドって感じかな。
I still think we'll take this. All right, another episode of Haikyuu. Jozenji, the party team. I mean, they're certainly a fascinating team to actually watch. As I mentioned during the reaction, I don't foresee a team like this making it very far. We learned that the whole, their motto, simplicity and fortitude, is more suited to the third years that were there before, and not so much this team. And I think that's why they made it as far last time, would be because of those third years. But this team in particular, they're not structured, they're not organized, there's no communication, and apparently it was intentional. The coach had them practicing one-on-one, and I'm not sure what kind of play style he hopes to accomplish with that. With everyone going after the ball themselves. As I said before, I can see this working in an individual sport, but in a team sport, where you need to be aware of where everyone else is on the court, I don't think that works, because you're going to have, and we did have in the match itself, a lot of instances where they were bumping into each other, or trying these plays that they've never tried before. Maybe that bit is not the coach, that's just the team themselves. But without any coordination or communication, I see that just falling apart. In a team sport, I think you do need to have some semblance of structure here. I mean, there are points where it worked, where we had the setter running to the back to do a back attack, which means that they have persons on the team that are capable in more than one position, which is good. That's good. But at the same time, and I mean, how many times is that going to even work, right? So I think what they do may catch more inexperienced teams off guard, the unpredictability of it, and they may score a point or two, but for every point that they win, they'll actually lose by virtue of mistakes and not communicating, or running into each other, or trying these attacks that they've just seen. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword. And again, as I said, I think it's good to have fun. It's good to have fun, but at the same time, I think you can have fun and have structure. I think you can do both. Daichi was the definition of simplicity and fortitude this episode, because again, he's exemplary at what he has in his foundation, in the basics that he has mastered. And so that is far more fitting to him than it is the team that we've actually been playing against. But I definitely see us winning the second set. I don't think this will be dragged on for very long. It was interesting to see Kageyama pulled out with the injury, the bloody nose that he had, albeit just briefly. But it's the first time we've actually had an instance of any injury on the team itself, so that was quite interesting. luckily it's just in the quarterfinals. And I think with this team that we're playing against, we could get away with having some of the bench players come on the court for a while and still win. But what happens if there's an injury in when we get to maybe the semifinals or finals? What then? So this gave us a glimpse, and what happened was they took Hinata off the court immediately after, and I don't think they can afford to do that in the semifinals or in the finals. Hinata is just as pivotal to their strategy as Kageyama is, if not more. But they have another setter that can replace Kageyama, but I don't think they have another decoy. So that'll be interesting to see if or when it does happen again. Hopefully by that point Hinata will have evolved enough to the point where he can work with any setter that's on the court and is not solely there for just the free quick, and I still don't think it's necessary to take him off the court in this match. I think he and Suga have played well enough together in the past. I think the last time we had our match against Seijo, and the coach took Kageyama out of the match, and Hinata and Suga were actually carrying the match for a brief period. I don't think it was necessary to pull him out here, but it was a good opportunity, I think, to have him get some rest while Kageyama was off the court as well, because I don't think there was any threat from the opposing team at this point. So I think there are other reasons outside of just the fact that Kageyama was no longer on the court. So that'll be interesting, if we do see another injury later on. But yeah, it was another enjoyable match. Yeah. It was another enjoyable match here, and I think we'll finish this very strong with by beating them in the second set in the next episode. So I can't wait. All right, guys, be sure to post down below, let me know what your thoughts are on this episode. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.